Luckily today we are joined by Jeth Soetoyo, CEO of Pintu.Id, who hopefully can give us an insight on cryptocurrency investment. And hello, Jeth.
Hi guys.
How
Thank you
are
for having me
you?
today.
Of course, it is a pleasure.
Likewise, it's a pleasure to be here. Happy to talk to you guys today. It's very interesting as well day to day because crypto prices have been very volatile today, I must say.
And now, before we proceed to the next questions, or probably more advanced questions, first of all, we need to educate, let's say,
Just
our
the basic
viewers.
question.
Just the basic
Ourselves,
question.
yes.
Let's say we're the dumbos for cryptocurrency. What
Yes.
is the main use of cryptocurrency?
That's a very great question, right? And to explain this question, it also depends on what cryptocurrency we're talking about because there's different types of cryptocurrency with different types of usages. The way we think about it at Pintu, there's mainly three different types of cryptocurrencies. First of all, you've got your digital gold, which is cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, which are limited in amount, in circulation, and people think of the scarcity of this type of asset and the potential deflationary of these assets. So there's one type of cryptocurrencies that people use as a store of value, such as digital gold, like Bitcoin. And then the second bucket that we like to think about is the utility coins or utility tokens. These tend to be cryptocurrencies which act as a platform where we can build smart contract code or other types of interesting applications on top, such as Ethereum, for example, where you can then use Ethereum to pay for the fees that you use on the platform. And the third bucket that we like to think about is more for payments, like stable coins, such as your US dollar Tether, the Rupiah token, and whatnot, where they tend to be not volatile in value, but people use them for more like day-to-day transactions.
All right. And also a question for me, how are these companies valuing their own coin? Because if you see in the list, you have like lots and various prices or for each company issuing the bitcoins or the cryptocurrency. How are they valuing them?
So that's a very interesting question, right? Let's put aside Bitcoin and talk about a few of the other cryptocurrencies and tokens out there. So a lot of people use as a proxy, similar to what you do with companies, where they use market cap to like price to earnings multiples. A lot of people also use sort of like these sort of metrics when assessing cryptocurrency projects because some of these projects actually generate fees for the token holders. And they would then like do a ratio of the market cap of the cryptocurrencies to the fees that are generated, and come to sort of like a proxy using those type of multiples. So what we actually see in the capital markets are already being applied to the cryptocurrency industry as well.
All right. So, it sounds easy. It's very easy. Like you're just choosing what exchange, and then you just buy your cryptocurrency, and then you store it in a wallet. But everything is so reliant on the internet. So, can you explain to us the security of our crypto transaction?
That's a great question. When you're using an exchange or an application, you always need to make sure that you're using a very credible one. Because as we all know, at the end of the day, these exchanges hold your cryptocurrencies on your behalf. So you definitely want to make sure that you're working or you're using an exchange or an app that that keeps your cryptocurrencies in a very secure manner. For example, with Pintu, we were able to ensure our cryptocurrency assets so that customers can have a peace of mind when storing their cryptocurrencies with us.
I see.
Okay, and now a question from me. There are 21 million Bitcoin available out there. Would there be a time where more Bitcoin released to the public?
So it's a very interesting question, but with Bitcoin, it's not possible for us to create more than 21 million Bitcoins. It's already built into the protocol since the very beginning. And so it's not possible for anyone to create more than 21 million. And that's why people also see the attractiveness of Bitcoin, right? Because we know for sure that there will only be 21 million Bitcoin ever in existence.
You know, this is very much depending on how much people are interested in buying cryptocurrency. So the risk is also very, very high. What do you think, as a suggestion to us, like as a newcomer?
As dummies.
Yes.
Dummies, yes.
When to buy it, when to hold it, and when to release it as well?
That's a great question. You know, just like proper portfolio management, I believe in a diversification of assets, right? If you think about it, you're adding just another asset on top of your equities, maybe your equity, your bonds, your cash in the bank. This is an asset class that you're adding onto your sort of like your portfolio, and you need to manage it in a way that you set aside a portion of your portfolio that you're willing to risk, because at the end of the day, this is a risky asset class, and that you're willing, in my opinion, willing to lose as well. That's the philosophy I usually tend to tell my friends who are coming into cryptocurrencies for the first time. And then the best way, I believe, to buy is it's very difficult to time it. So I always try and tell my friends to do what's called dollar cost averaging, right? Buy over the period of like 1 month, let's say, or over 2 months, where you're not, where you know you're not buying at the local top or at the local bottom, and you buy an average price coming in. So that's the way I think about it.
This is a kind of a long-term investment, I would say. But do you think this would be good if somebody uses this as a main investment?
So it depends on where you lie on the risk curve. For myself, it is a main investment for me, because I do believe in the long-term cryptocurrencies and the potential applications beyond just as a store of wealth or as a digital gold. I do believe that cryptocurrencies, especially a few blockchains, are creating the new financial network for financial applications. And so I am very much in myself invested in this future. But again, for new people, I do recommend you to be more cautious. As we all know, the prices are very volatile. So make sure you only invest the amount that you're willing to lose in the beginning.
And Jeth, this is more interesting to me because everything that you've been explaining to us, it sounds like really promising and stuff like that. But if we look back into the time where Bitcoin gained its fame, and going here towards the time, it seems like the main person who is able to rise the fame of the cryptocurrency alone is Elon Musk. Do you think that this kind of investment, the cryptocurrency, how long will it last? Is it going to be, depending on Elon Musk also, or what?
What's the trend going to be like?
Yeah.
I think Elon Musk definitely adds to the hype. Tapi if you take Elon Musk out, I think this is a generational opportunity for everyone. A lot of people I talk to in the US, in the Silicon Valley or in the tech circles, they think internet was like great in allowing people access to information. It was something that's revolutionary, but people think that the missing piece of the internet was the part that is money, right? There wasn't a way for you to access money in a decentralized way. And so with cryptocurrencies, now for the first time, I think there's a way that we can decentralize money on a global scale. And that is just a very powerful idea. We think that the potential impact for money and for cryptocurrencies is much larger in terms of monetary impact compared to the internet. And so we think that this decade between 2020 and 2030 is going to be the decade for cryptocurrencies and blockchains.
And if you zoom out now, Jed, in the cryptocurrency world, it looks like a wild, wild field or wild market. And for Indonesia ourselves, do we have any institution that manage this who can really
Like regulatory
yeah,
agencies,
regulate
something like
this
that.
kind of thing? Because we know that some concerns arose from the government towards this cryptocurrency, whether it could be used for illicit activities like tax evasions, money laundering, even more extreme terrorism financing, something like that.
There's always a regulatory risk at this
Yes.
point.
What do you think, or how do you see this?
That's a great question. So in Indonesia, the industry is regulated by Bapepti. Bapepti is a regulatory body underneath the Ministry of Trade, or di bawah Menteri Perdagangan. And I think that the regulatory agencies in Indonesia is very forward thinking and thinking how they think about crypto, right? They're very active in discussion and dialogue with all the industry participants and exchanges like us on how to regulate the industry. So there's a white list of cryptocurrencies that are available to trade. So this is also very important because we want to make sure that consumers are protected from buying cryptocurrencies that are essentially scams, right? We want to make sure that the quality of cryptocurrencies are good. And then we are also restricted by KYC and AML because we want to make sure that people don't use our platforms as a way to launder money or to use for illegal and illicit activities. So we also work very closely with the government agencies on making sure that the users who use our platform are using it within legal standards, right? And so we also have to flag certain transactions that seem suspicious, and we report that as well.
Yes, Jeth. One last question from us. We've heard about coin burn. Could you explain what it is to us? And is there a potential that your cryptocurrency vanish with this coin burn? Because it makes us worried.
No, actually, you shouldn't worry too much about coin burns. This is done by the protocol in order to, either by the protocol or by the company managing the cryptocurrencies. And they do it sometimes in order to reduce the supply. So essentially, what it does is that it makes your cryptocurrencies even more scarce or lebih langka. Jadi kayak it should help your cryptocurrency appreciate in value over time.
All right.
This is very interesting.
Yeah.
You know, Jeth, we should
This is
get
like-
connected. Like three of us should get connected to you and talk even further about this because
Yeah.
it can't be just confined in just one segment.
We really want to know more about cryptocurrency, but thank you so much for the enlightenment. Hopefully we get, more confidence in investing in cryptocurrency. Thank you, Jeth.
Thank you, Jeth.
Thank you so much for having me, and we'll catch up again when COVID is over. Thank
Sure.
you.
Sure. Stay safe.
Stay
Stay
safe.
healthy, Jeth.